Hi, this is Kelly. I am the founder and owner of Artistic Organics. I wanted to come to you today and tell you a little bit about myself and tell you my why. So around 30 years ago, I was in an accident and I had a traumatic brain injury. From that point onward, I started to have short-term and very severe long-term memory loss. And I started to see specialists just like anyone else would do, trying to find the answer. And basically, I received no answer. And in fact, nothing helped. Nothing brought a single memory back. So fast forward, family, children, work, everything. And I was watching a documentary a few years ago, and there was a gentleman on there who happened to say that he had had a traumatic brain injury, and his memories had come back from using cannabis. And just to let you know a little bit of backstory, I grew up in Northern California. I saw people all the time, stoned, laying on the couch, looking at the ceiling. I said, I want nothing to do with that. Never went around it, never had anything to do with it, because I just didn't like it. I didn't like the effect it had on people's lives. So fast forward to today, saw the documentary and said, well, I guess I need to investigate this. I never thought of it as medicine. And I live here in Texas, so it is not legal. And so I started watching more documentaries, reading up on it, reading medical studies, and educating myself. So fast forward to the spring and summer of 2017, last year, and I went on a road trip. I said, well, let me take a drive. My family and I went on vacation, actually, and it was a good excuse to go through Colorado, Oregon, and California and talk to people. And I didn't want to just see the studies. I actually wanted to talk to people. How had the product affected their lives, and to understand more about it. So I interviewed medical professionals, I interviewed growers, patients, anyone I could get a hold of, and said, well, what do you know? And how has this affected your life? And so fast forwarding, I got quite a bit of information, found out the different components of the plant, research, medical studies, and I came back to Texas, and I have several medical professionals that I know, and I approached them and I said, what do you think? What do you think of this product? And hands down, every single one of them said, oh my gosh, the medical benefits are tremendous. And I said, do you know anyone who's actually used it for traumatic brain injury? And they said, well, we've seen studies, but it's obviously brain injury isn't very common. So yeah, go for it. We would love to work with you. We would love to follow with you along in your testing and your trials. And so anyway, fast forward again, and all of a sudden my memory started to come back. First time in 30 years. So it just let me know that the memories are there. I just didn't have access to them. And so that has led me to just wanting to yell from the rooftops. I mean, I remember my children's birth now. I remember their friends. I remember houses we used to live in. And to have that happen to you, you don't know how precious something is until you no longer have it. You know, you hear people say, you know, value the relationships you have with people because it's just like your parents or your grandparents. Because when they're gone, that's when you're really, truly going to miss those relationships. Well, for me, it was something similar in that I had all these memories locked away of my family, of my childhood, and I had no access to them. And now I can honestly say they've come back, and I'm so excited. So that has led me, that's my own personal reasoning. But with all this research, I don't ever do anything without thoroughly finding out how it's going to affect me and why it works. And in that research and doing all of that, I soon discovered I could talk with medical professionals on a almost a peer-to-peer conversation. And from that, the next thing I knew, someone said, hey, why don't you share this knowledge? You have all this knowledge, you know, share it with other people. Why don't you have a business? And that's pretty much where we are today. And that's how I ended up where I am. And I value what the product has done for me, what the CBDs have done for me, and I want to share that with other people. And that's why I do what I do. And all I can do is say I hope it changes your life. It may or may not change your life as much as it's changed mine, but I can tell you that it has given me my life back. And for other people out there who maybe I have maybe lost hope, maybe you're desperate, you know, I will be happy to chat with you. I will be happy to share my knowledge with you. All you have to do is email me. I have a Facebook page, Artistic Organics. On the website, Artistic Organics, you can get the email, artisticorganics@gmail.com. Contact me. I would love to talk. And anyway, I wanted to share all that with everyone and let you know that I am a real person and I truly do have a why for why I do what I do. Thanks.